Z, and welcome back to Z Talk. Today I have one of New York's top hosts, MC, and entertainer, Young Prince himself. What's up, Young Prince? How are you?
First of all, that introduction, that's what I like. That's what you call an introduction. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to, be on this platform right now. I love what you're doing. I love seeing Black women in, spaces just flourishing and doing their thing. So big shout outs to you for even like having this moment, creating this moment. I love it. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Thank you. And how have you been?
Life is good, man. I always say, in all things we give thanks to the Most High, thanks to God. Quarantine has been tough. In the beginning, it was very rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went through a period of just like a lot of self-doubt, anxiety, because I definitely downplayed this virus. I definitely didn't think it would do what it did, and I was in the middle of a tour when, this was going on. So every day is like a new email, like, hey, we're canceling. Hey, we're canceling. And it was just so much that I don't want to say I missed out on it, because God allows everything for a reason. But I will say there's a lot of money that was left on the table. So thank God, though, because I do have a 9-to-5, and, that has been, sustaining me. And I'm just thankful for that, because it could be so much worse. You know what I'm saying?
Blessed even to sit here and have this conversation,
Yeah, it's a blessing in its own just to have this platform. So even though there is a lot of madness, I do, wake up every day, give a prayer of thanks to God, and just be like, yo, thank you for just even keeping me alive, because, you have life, you have everything. But for the most part, everything has been good. A lot of stuff in the works coming up very soon, and, I'm just excited,
Can you hear about it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yesterday I announced it, but I'm gonna announce it here too. I'm going to be hosting a festival in Jamaica next year.
That's my home country.
Come on now,
Okay.
I do say, some a bad man from 19.
Right.
I live uptown, so this is like little Jamaica out here. So I have so much love for, Jamaican culture, the dance hall culture. I feel like it's been embedded in me. Their contribution to the world has been massive. So just, having the opportunity to go out there and just pushing the African culture and then bringing both cultures together has just been a dream of mine, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy, man. I'm super happy about that. Delay is not denied. That's what I always like to say, So my first time in Jamaica is definitely going to be, it's going to be.
Okay. And most people know you as a host, an MC, and as an entertainer. But we want to know, who is Young Prince?
Man, how much time do we have? Because, I'm just Young Prince. Young Prince is the person I always wanted to be. I watched Family Matters growing up, and, I was Steve Urkel, and I always wanted to be Stefan. So for me, Young Prince is like Stefan. He's the cool, confident, out there, crazy type of guy. But, me, my name is Shegun. So Shegun is the more reserved, quiet. A lot of people don't look at this like, you're not quiet. Stop lying. But, I'm definitely very, reserved. I'm a supportive friend, very ambitious, very supportive, FPP, support Black businesses.
Right.
But I'm very, ambitious person, loving, caring, supportive. Just a regular chill guy. I've had come up to me and be like, yo, I heard a lot of stuff about you. I heard you was arrogant. I heard you were cocky, this, that, and the third. And it's, I don't take it personally anymore, just because good or bad, people are going to have their perceptions of you. So I just, live my life the way I'm supposed to live. And I'm confident I am, bold in who I am. And, if you're insecure, then sorry, I can't help you with that. But I am not going to limit or dim my light to appease or please anyone, you know, and I don't think anybody should do that. But yeah, like I've had people come up to me and say like, yeah, you're not the person who I thought you were. And, you know, that's why I just try not to judge people based on what I've heard. I always judge people based off what I see and what I experience, you know? So yeah, you know, but to know me is to love me. And like I said, I'm not perfect, you know, I've definitely, you know, had my downfalls, but overall as a person, my character is, can't question my character. I'm definitely, you know, a very solid person.
And I think, you know, for both of us, we're using our platform to connect with the audience, and we're building a platform on social media. So sometimes people feel like they know you just based off of your social media. They feel like they can judge you. And
I just spoke about that today on Twitter. Some people, they will see you and they will try to joke with you somehow. Listen, you don't know me. You know of me.
Right.
Please don't get it twisted.
Right.
Yeah? Stay in your lane.
Right. So at what point did you realize it was time for you to use your voice to entertain the world? At what point was that for you?
Oh, that's a very good question. So like I was always like a clown. I was always the guy making people laugh, but I didn't understand my platform until I want to say like around 2015, 2016. So I started in about 2014. So like 2 years in, and I would just get people writing me. That's when like Snapchat was like, boom, before they did nonsense updates and everybody just left. But
I know. I remember the last update, that's when I stopped using it. I was like, yeah, I'm out.
You know what? Thank you, Instagram.
Right.
The ideas. But you know what I mean? I had this one person write me on Snapchat and they told me like, listen, your videos, because I used to do like daily Snapchat videos. I used to do story times. I used to do all types of things. And, you know, I had somebody tell me like they were on the verge of like, you know, ending it all. But, you know, watching my videos and seeing how like, you know, I maneuvered through the industry, it was just like inspirational for them and it gave them hope. So that's when I knew it was bigger than me. That's when I knew like God gave me this purpose, not only to just make money and get lit, but to touch lives. You understand what I'm saying? Like to make sure that I'm making an impact. So I definitely understood that early on, like, okay, I'm just not doing this for me anymore, which is why my content is, you know, for everybody. I don't just make content for Africans. I don't just make it for, you know, a specific group of people. I try to keep majority of 99% of my content is clean. I don't curse on stage. I don't curse in my videos. I don't, you know, smoke on like publicly. I don't, you know, do all of these things that are like, you know, if I go to a children's event, they're not going to be like, hey, that's that guy that does all that crazy stuff. No, I'm very, you know, family friendly, clean cut, you know, type of person. I just want to be able to impact the world in a way where it's like, okay, you know what? This guy is blessed and God really is using this guy for signs and wonders. And I want people to see like, you can make it having faith in God. And, you know, it's cool to, you know, have your faith and have your passion as well. A lot of people feel like, well, Christianity is boring or believing in God is like, you, oh my God, I have to be, nah, like God is cool too. Like God wants you to play. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants you to, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I just understand like, okay, this is bigger than Young Prince. This is bigger than just making people, you know, think you lit. Like you are here to touch lives. You are here to, your voice is very important. And I've never taken that for granted since then.
So you've been doing this, so you said since 2014, so that's a good 6 years solid, and I'm sure you've been through the ups and downs just to get to where you are now. So what is your biggest piece of advice to somebody that is like the younger Young Prince that, you know, wants to touch lives and use their voice to touch people?
It's so crazy because, you know, I have these two amazing, like, you know, content creators on Instagram. I met them. I've met them too. I'm very close with them. Any Cash on Instagram and Jay the Entertainer. And these are two very funny comedians, up and coming hosts as well. And my advice to them has always been consistency and believing in yourself and knowing worth, because, you know, they've come to me like, yo, bro, like, you know, these people want to pay me this, but I know I'm worth more than this. And I just had to tell them, when you on the come up, you got to take those gigs. Like, you got to take those, you know, payments that you really wouldn't take. But because for me, when I first started, I started for free. Like, I was doing free shows, then, you know, little $100 shows, and then to what I am now. I always tell them, like, it's a, you know, it's a stepping stone. Everything is a stepping stone. Sometimes opportunities are not going to come in the form of a paycheck. So you definitely know your worth, but understand that you got to put in time. You got to put in, you know, and those two are just, you know, two amazing, you know, content creators and hosts that, you know, I give them advice all the time. But just to entrepreneurs and, you know, creatives in general, don't give up. Stay consistent. Like, you can't just do something for a week and think, you know, okay, I'm supposed to blow in a week. You know, people like Kevin Hart, DJ Khaled, they've been on the grind 10, 15 years before they even got to where they were at, you know? So my biggest advice to, you know, somebody who is pursuing something I'm doing is stay consistent, believe in yourself, develop a team from early. That's what I didn't. That's the mistake I made. I thought I could do it by myself. That's just my hood mentality of, oh, I don't need nobody, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to, you know, I don't need no handouts. Nah, like, you need a team. You need a solid team to make progress. Get that from early. Make sure it's people that you trust, because it makes things so much easier for you, you know, in terms of, like, you know, pushing your brand, pushing your content. You have like a little street team that will always put your stuff out. So if that's one thing I want to stress to creatives, it's definitely have a team around you, and consistency, and don't have no yes men around you. Very important.
Keep it real. There's a quote, I think it was Nipsey that said it, and he was like, "You won't build a brick wall in a day, but if you lay a brick every day, then you'll get to your brick wall."
That is a fact, because somebody like me, when I first started, I didn't have the clientele I did now. I didn't have views on my videos I do now. I didn't have the bookings I did now.
Right.
And back then I thought I deserved it, but it's just like, because I knew my talent. But you have to understand, you got to crawl before you walk before you run. You understand? So I've been through so many trials and tribulations that have made me who I am today, and I don't regret it one bit. So, you know, it's not easy. That's one thing I'll tell people. Don't think that you see people doing things. I always tell people, you don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. You don't know how much, you know, time they put in. You don't know. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's always been like we just quoted Nipsey, it's a marathon. Like, and we still going now. Like, you know, I'm still not satisfied. You know, I still have greater heights that I want to reach. So definitely stay consistent. That goes for yourself.
A testimony for sure.
Definitely.
So you mentioned in the beginning of the interview that, you know, there's that void that you're not able to connect with an audience right now. So talk to me about what that's been like and how you are staying connected with your audience during this time.
Yeah. So, like, it's been tough because, you know, I love being on stage. I love, you know, controlling the crowd. I love hearing the feedback from the crowd. And it's been tough. But for me, like, you know, I've been doing my videos. You know, I stopped for a little while because I just didn't want to be boxed into that internet comedian category. But, you know, the videos have definitely helped. You know, I would get inspired when they'd be like, yo, I'm going to record this. And, you know, there was a video that I did that I wasn't gonna put out. I thought I kind of lame, but, you know, as I stated earlier, I don't have any yes men in my circle, so I send my video to my team, and they was like, "Nah, bro, you have to post this." And it turned out to be one of my highest performing videos, like, ever. And it was just like, wow, like, I can't keep, you know, second guessing myself or holding this stuff back, because, you know, the people love it. So the videos have definitely helped me cope better. The videos have helped me connect with my audience. And, you know, it's a small void filler, but, you know, I enjoy making people laugh.
And you're still able to connect with them some way, somehow.
Yes.
So I think the term that people are using now is BC, before Corona. So BC, before Corona, paint to me the moments right before you would step foot on stage. What was that like in Young Prince's mind, and what were those moments like for you right before you hit the stage, or you hit a moment where you have to host? Like, what was that? Paint that to me.
I tell people this all the time, and they think I'm lying, but I am very nervous before every time. I'm sweating. It might be a little TMI, but I have to use the toilets every time. I have to use the toilets. But once, they ask me, yo, you ready? And they put the microphone in my hand, it's like, something else takes over. And I'm just like, let's do this. But before, I'm just like a nervous mess. Like, what if they don't like me? What if they boo me? What if I say something I'm not supposed to say? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what makes you a host and an entertainer. You have to just be able to read the room, and just keep going.
Always, I always try to mentally prep, before I get on stage or before I enter the venue, because, somebody like me, I'm a perfectionist. I want to know, okay, how I'm going to say this, it needs to be said this exact way. It needs to be delivered this exact way. And if it's not, then it doesn't work. I'm not here for the honorable mention. I want people to be like, yo, he bodied that. Wow, like mind blown. And for the most part, that is the feedback I get from people all the time, and it takes hours of just practicing the craft and watching the greats. I watch a lot of my inspirations just in terms of stage presence and just content, because it's not only comedians. Like Eddie Murphy is my favorite comedian of all time. I love Eddie Murphy, but I watch a lot of rappers, how they control the crowd, the Jay-Z's, the Whiz Kids, the Burna Boys, like how they just, it's just the aura is just something different, and
that's two different lanes, but you still are catering to an audience. You're using your
exactly. And I definitely make sure that I watch how they, control the crowd and, touch their audience. And I incorporate that into what I do, which is what I feel makes me, unique, which is why I consider myself the best, because nobody does what I do.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's just, that's just the lane God has given me. So.
I respect it. What is one unforgettable moment you've had on stage or just hosting, period?
Unforgettable. I laugh about this all the time. So this was my first time hosting in an arena, Park Fest in Albany, University of Albany. This was about 2 years ago. So I'm on stage, I'm dancing, I'm feeling myself. It's 4,000 people, and I fall off stage. Now, the way I fell, I was able to catch myself mid-Millie Rock.
Okay.
Still, you feel me? Still be able to keep my composure, So I still have the video on my Instagram. I watch it every now and then. Like, it was just like, whoa, like this is.
That was a part of your act or something.
Yeah, it was definitely an unforgettable moment for me. Like, and then another one, my favorite moment, of all time was, this past December, I was in Ghana and just going out on stage, and I still can't believe it. It's 16,000 people in the crowd. Like, I've never been in front of that many people before. So
was it Afro-Coachella?
Yeah, Afrochella was just like amazing. I can't even put it into words. Just having everybody just hang off my every word and just be so lit, and it was just beautiful, So that was definitely one of my favorite stage moments as well.
And I'm gonna ask you one more question. Give me 3 words to describe your journey to becoming Young Prince.
3 words to describe my journey. Wow, that's a great question. I want to say tough, motivating, and well worth it. And I want to just expand on the 3. Tough because being from New York City, you know, it's so hard to get people to support you. It's so hard to get people to be on some like, yo, listen, we like you, we're gonna push you, we're gonna get behind you. It's so tough. Getting people to like your videos, share your videos, like it was tough in the beginning, but with consistency and people knowing like, okay, this guy got it, it was, what did I say? Overwhelming, did I say?
No, you said tough. It was a word that started with W. Forgive me.
Well
Oh,
worth it.
yeah, there you go.
It's well worth it because I wouldn't be the man I am today without, I wouldn't be young Prince today without those obstacles, without a lot of people telling me no, a lot of people telling me we're not going to support you, because that is what built the fire inside of me. And I want my creatives, all my entrepreneurs to understand that a no is not final.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of doors closed in your face. A lot of doors was closed in my face. And to the glory of God, like I said, delay is not denial. You know, everything is made perfect in his time, not ours. You know, we plan and he laughs, you know. So it's well worth it just going through all the obstacles that I did, because, man, if I didn't, I wouldn't be built for what I'm built for today. Mm-hmm. I can't remember that second one I said, but I feel like it was overwhelming. I'm going to speak to the overwhelming point, because sometimes it's like, damn, is this really like what I want to do? Is this really what I want to be dealing with? Like sometimes, you know, I was in school and I was hosting and I was playing basketball. So it was very like overwhelming for me. I had to balance all of these things. Then also like, you know, dealing with, you know, what comes with the territory, people talking about you, people thinking they can have access to you, people switching up on you. Like it gets like very overwhelming at the time. But like I said, it is all for the greater good, because it shows you how to be in the spotlight, how to move in the spotlight. And, you know, for me, everything I've been through, I do it all over again. I do it all over again, man. Like just, it made me who I am. So I'm definitely thankful for that.
That's amazing, for sure. So I want to play a game with you. That's okay.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And we're gonna just play a round of finish the sentence. So I'm gonna give you a starting of a sentence, and you just gotta finish it for me. Is that cool? All right. So you'd never believe me if I told you that
I am afraid of heights.
Ooh. And you're actually pretty tall. So how does that work?
5, but when I'm on top of a bridge or like I'm a little bit shaky, you feel me? I'm a little scared of heights. So that's a fun fact about YP that a lot of people don't know.
Okay, YP scared of heights. So I'll note that. When I am at home, I must
be at peace.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't bother.
A lot of crazy going on out there. You got to come in and, you know?
You know what I mean? I got to be at peace.
I'm thankful for?
Oh, life, my family, my lady, my craft, being alive.
And I know this is weird, but I actually like to.
Oh, man, you put me on the spot.
Another fun fact.
I know this is weird, but I put sugar on Frosted Flakes.
I don't think that's weird. You just got an extra sweet tooth.
A lot of people look at me crazy. Oh, yeah, and I warm it up.
Oh, okay. Microwave?
Okay. That's weird.
How do you warm it up? In the microwave?
Yeah, it got to be not too long, though. Maybe for like 45 seconds. And, you know,
just to
get
let
it.
the melt?
You know, I don't like it too hard, but I don't like it too soggy either. You know what I mean? You know?
So what's the difference between just letting it sit out on the side?
Because it has that like warmth to it, you know, it has, but then it still has that little bit of crunch to it as well, you know?
All right, so scared of heights, and you like to put your Frosted Flakes in the microwave? Good to know.
Yes, and push them. Please don't judge me.
We're not. So let people know where they can stay connected with you and you know, tune into all of your great videos and
yes
events.
Yes, so You can follow me on Instagram, YoungPrince_. You can follow me on Twitter, YoungPrince_. That is where I am. That is where you can find me. I tweet. I make videos. I post some cool pictures every now and then. Make sure y'all follow me. Show me some love. Yeah, man. Let's, take a journey into the life of YP.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity, sitting down, talking with me. Grateful to still be able to have this conversation. Appreciate you
having me. I appreciate that a lot.
all right.